know what I mean?
I understand.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So homework is out. So being you had so many questions on it, why don't we make it due on Monday?
Yes.
But but I'll go over some right now, if that would be okay.
Guys are talking.
Okay, let me find them. What page is it? All right.
Shut up, Cooper.
Here we go. Y'all need to hush a little bit, please. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. I am on page 25. Is everyone with me on this adventure? Are there any questions on just page 25 right now? Let's see who has the page 25. Number 3. That's a 3. Bless you.
Wait, which number is this?
It's number 3. It was a 3 with an extra. All right.
There's way there's a bunch of
So we need to identify K in this problem, correct? And what scares you? The fractions? Okay. All right. Let's do this. So I know that slope is m equals. Still with me? So I just listed the slope. Good. And then x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to go y2, k, minus y1, so it's going to be plus 6/5. Are you okay with that? No. Slope equation, right? So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? I'm not going to deal with the top, the k plus 6/5 yet. Let me deal with the bottom for a moment. So that's going to be what, 1/5? Yeah. So k plus 6/5 is going to stay as k plus 6/5 over, what is this, 1/5? Okay. I could, well, why don't we do this? Why don't I just multiply 1/5 over? So now I'm going to get 1/5 over here. So if I multiply, if I multiply this entire side by 1/5 and this entire side by 1/5, that cancels this whole fraction. 1/5 times 1 is 1. And then I'm left with this. And if I subtract 6 over 5 from 1 over 5, I get 5 over 5. What? Who's yelling at me? What is wrong? It's -1, isn't it?
Yeah.
-1 was negative.
Is that okay? Yeah, because if I subtract 6/5 from both sides, so those of you who are struggling with Algebra 1, this is the step I'm doing now. So I get 1 minus 6 is -5, -5 plus 5 is -1.
Can you do 13, 14, and 15?
Okay. Are we okay up through number 12 then still? Anybody need anything else up to number 12? Alright. So then we get to number 13, 14, 15.
And you need to do 24, 25, 26, and 23.
Not yet, though.
All the
Not yet.
All of it, just 24.
Alright.
We spent the whole class time yesterday talking about Eddie, so...
I did not, I taught.
It was only half of that.
It was a great story.
It was a great story.
So, your life lesson you gained out of that. Alright. Problem number 13 says a cell phone company charges you. Is there any question there?
What does charge mean?
$10 each month to have a phone line with them, and then charges $1 each minute of use. Okay, So you're paying $10 a month, no matter what. Agreed?
Yes.
So I have y equals, and how much are they charging a month?
$1.
$1 for every month. So my month is going to be X. Is that okay? I'm going to try and erase that so it becomes nicer. All right. So does everyone feel comfortable so far with what I've done? I haven't answered the question yet. It says define the two variables. Cost per month. And then cost per minute.
Also, that's like kind of a bad deal.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not worried about it. I'm just looking at the math. Write the equation, represent the phone bill each month. Okay, that's done. That's all we have to do. So y equals 1x plus 10. That was all we did. Define two variables and write the equation, represent the phone bill each month. There's nothing else there, is there? Okay. And it doesn't look like it carries to number 14, so we're done.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, well, let's take a look. Word problems always create an anxiety. Word problems create almost as much anxiety as fractions. A custom-made T-shirt cost 75 cents per letter of screen print, in addition to the cost of the plain T-shirt. You made and bought a shirt with 9 letters for $10.25. Define the two variables. So I'm doing y equals blank x plus b is what I'm doing. How much did they charge me for my shirt once it was printed? $10.25. So that's my y value. So that's my cost. And that's per letter. And that's what the T-shirt would have costed. Shirt. Okay? So $10.25. How much did it cost per letter? So 0.75. How many letters did I have? And I don't know B. And then define the two variables, write the equation representing the cost of any screen printed T-shirt. So we're trying to find the cost of what the T-shirt would be. Have a calculator, please. What is 0.75 times 9? So then once you get to that point, subtract 675 from each side, and the B value you solved for, and that gets you the price of the shirt without the lettering. Cool? May I move to number 15?
Yeah.
What? What's wrong?
I'm just, today's not my day.
Do you need me to go 1025 minus 675 for you?
Yeah.
You got a calculator right there?
It's 3.9.
3.5, thank you. You feel better now?
Sure.
Do you need me to show you the work?
No.
Okay.
You can move on now.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I thought your next question was, being you asked, if I ever say anything that offends you, please don't let it offend you. Just fire back at me anytime you want with it. All right, your club is selling lollipops for a fundraiser. This is exciting. I hope it's the ones that make your mouth the color of the lollipop. After 3 hours, there are 44 lollipops left. Agree?
Yes.
After 2 more hours, so how much time has, so after 3 hours, there's 3 lollipops. After 2 more hours, there must be 5 hours. And how many lollipops are left then? 20. So we are selling. Define 2 variables, write the equation representing the number of lollipops the club would have at a given time. That appears to be, so this is hours, and this is lollipops. All right, So I'm going to find the slope first. Everyone okay with that? Slope equation is 20 minus 44, which is negative 24. And then 5 minus 3, which is?
2.
So I'm selling 12 lollipops per hour. And then if I wanted to use this equation, that's point slope, agree? Which looks a lot like the slope equation. I'm going to call, I don't know, let me call this one x1, y1. It doesn't matter which one I pick, it's going to be the same answer. So I'm going to get y minus 20 because the y value is the number 20. My slope is negative 12, which we solved, and then x minus 5. And just because people don't really like point slope as much as I do, we'll solve it a little bit further. All right, distribute the 12. All right, there,
Boy,
Gypsy.
young. You scared him.
Here is a question. Here's for the critical thinker in you. You ready? What does 80 represent? There you go. Critical thinker up front. We started our sale with 80 lollipops. The 12 represents we're selling 12 lollipops every hour. Perfect. Word problems are done on that page. Is there anything else from page 26 that we need to see? Yeah. Yeah, you.
18.
18, you say?
Yeah.
All right, I'll set it up for you. So you know the slope of the given line is this, correct?
Yeah.
We want the perpendicular slope, so negative 4/3. And then you're going to take your point, which is 1 comma 5, and you're going to plug into this equation. Oops, that's supposed to be a 1. And then that's an x1, that's a y1, and that's the slope we're using, so you just plug those in.
That's
All right?
a lot easier than I thought it was.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Anything else on page 26? 2, 3? Good. And that's on 27, but we love you anyhow. All right, let's move to 27. So problem 23 you claim? All right. Here we go. Shh. When Jane was 2 months old, she was 22 inches long. So 2 months old, 22 inches. Okay. Jane grew to be 30 inches tall. Yay. By the time she was 12 months old. Okay? So you're going to use y equals mx plus b. But from there, I will have to find the slope first. So 30 minus 22. And 12 minus 2. And I get 8 over 10. Come on, baby. Which is 4/5. There's my slope. I'll pick this as my x1, y1. So I'm going to plug into this equation. So I'm going to get y minus 22 equals 4/5. X minus 12. And then solve this for y is all you have to do. So distribute 4/5. Add 22. Anything else up on page 27?
24.
Oh, 24, 25.
That's 20.
Oh.
Hold up, you use the coordinates from 2 and 22 for the y, and then the bottom one for x. You're plugging it into the
Oh.
minus y1.
So, thank you. So that should be a 2. Sorry about that. Sorry I'm sitting down. I was only here for like 16 hours yesterday. So I have a story for you that might make you laugh. That happened last night. It was none of your parents, or you're okay. But I did. So I had I'm a dork because I had this on, and I said, welcome to Mr. Stirrup's math class. And then there was a quote that I put, and it's a joke. And it said, "Did you know there are three kinds of people in the world? The next line said, those who can do math and those who can't. Okay, so it's like pointing to me like I'm an idiot. I don't know who the. So, those who can do math and those who can't. This dad came up to me pissed. Like, who's the third type of people then? He says it to me out in the hall. Now, there's myself and other math teachers out in the hallway, and they all knew I had it up there. Miss Barber goes into her room, closes her door, and I can hear her belly laughing, like dying. Like, are you kidding me? But it was kind of silly. I thought. I just said, I don't know, I can't do math. And I just left it like that. I mean, I wasn't sure where I should go with it, but it was like.
My mom thought you were really funny.
I was probably animated last night. She didn't ask a lot of questions though. I'm giving you a hard time because you guys saw the questions today. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Who else's parents did I see last night?
You saw Hannah's parents.
Is that Hannah? Okay. Anyone else? There was a lot. I mean, every seat was filled in this class, which was awesome.
Mine were
Yeah, I imagine my jokes got worse as the night went on. I was exhausted last night. And then there was like 5 people at the end. Hey, so I just want to talk to you about my kid. But part of my spiel and part of one of the things was, I am happy to talk to you about your child at any other time other than tonight. Please email me or call my office. Whatever. Nope, that didn't apply to the 5.
Yeah, their kid's more important than
They were.
Who?
All right, so I'm moving on. I'm sorry, I'm out of control.
24.
24. We want to put that in this form, right? Gosh, you've only known me for so long. You can't hate me already.
I'm sorry.
All right. So standard form is ax plus by equals c. Still with me?
Yeah.
You're not?
I'm with you.
Okay. Standard form, you don't want to have fractions. Who can tell me what I just did here?
You multiply by 5.
Yeah, I have 3 terms. I multiply everything by 5. Now I'm going to move the 2x over, so I get negative 2x plus 5y equals negative 5. Yep. That should apply for the rest of them, so I think you should figure out 25, 26. Oh, so 26, you don't want decimals or fractions. So 26, multiply everything by 100, because you have to move the decimal 2 spots. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do 27, 29 through 29. So the rest of that sheet will be due Monday. Got it? Everyone's still good? All right, if, it's a big if you have a graphing calculator, still with me in this party? Get it out, please. Make sure it's the TI 83 or 84. If you need to borrow one, somebody open up that back cabinet and start handing them out. Don't everyone go run back there. We'll just start handing them out. What?
I was absent yesterday.
Oh, you're the best kid ever.
There's 2
Put it right there.
Alright, sounds good. Should I staple them?
No, you're good.
Alright, sweet. Thank you.
All right, coming back out to you there are two, at least 2 assignments in here from each person. So make sure you go through the pile, take yours, pass on the rest of the pile. Everyone with me? And I am going to try something that I think is cool. I hope it's cool. Let's see if we can do this.
All he did is drive it.
Should we get one?
He drove to this morning.
There it is. Sweet.
All right. This is Fortnite. Is this the game you guys are all playing?
Okay.
Looks like it.
Yeah, figured it did. All right, how cool is that? So I got that computer with the calculator and mine. Oh, I'm such a kid. I don't applaud this time. Just throw money again. Got 15 cents the other day. That was awesome. All right. So. All right. So we are going to. Oh, I didn't hand out notes yet. Sorry. I'm out of control. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, there's 2 assignments in there.
2. Don't worry, I'll walk that back.
Oh my god.
All right. We are going to look at understand positive, negative, no correlation, draw lines of fit of data, write the equations of lines to model the real world data, identify slope and explain what it means, identify the x and y intercept and what it means in the context of the problem. So this is going to be a slower process because not everyone has used the stat plot on the calculator. Best thing to do is you have your calculator out and you at least know how to turn it on. All right, may I move on? Okay. Scatter plot is usually something on an XY axis that looks like this. It's a whole bunch of data, XY points. You plot in all of the X values first, then you put on the Y values in. Under the stat plot, we're going to get to something where we're going to have different columns, and you put all the X values in one column, and then the next column you match up the Y values that go with the X values. Negative correlation means you have a negative slope, meaning your data, when plotted, would look like that. Does that make sense? Positive correlation means what?
Positive slope.
Yeah, we have a positive slope. So your data would look like this. Okay? Pretty easy so far? Yeah. And no correlation, I call it the shotgun blast. Okay, no correlation. You can't figure out what your data even represents. We good so far? All right.
You get the shotgun.
Huh? I don't know. All right, what does this one say? As far as... Ooh, I think I have things to plot. Okay. That's how it goes. Okay, as far as positive correlation, as X decreases, Y decreases. Okay, as far as negative correlation, as X decreases, Y increases. Positive correlation as X decreases. Okay, and then no correlation. Again, shotgun blast. I don't think that's the most vital thing. Again, positive correlation looks like it would have a positive slope if you draw a line through it. Negative correlation means it has a negative slope. Okay, this next graph would be better. Ready? Letter A, if I drew a line of best fit, do you think that is a positive or negative correlation? Does it look like it kind of forms a straight line pretty well? Yeah. So there's something that we are going to learn. So you're going to get these values, and if they're like 0.99, it means it's a really good correlation. It means the calculator feels it's a good fit line. What about this one? None. Okay. What about this one? Does it look like maybe I could draw that? So that would be negative. That actually might be a little bit weaker correlation, so you're just plotting data. If you were to do a statistical study, I would say get more data to try and support the equation. This one is unbelievable strong, and this is an unbelievable weak, or unbelievable negative. Okay? So I'm going to circle, because those lines of best fit really fit that data really nicely. Does that make sense? So correlation, positive correlation means you have a positive slope, negative correlation means you have a negative slope. If you have no correlation, it's just dots all over the thing. You can't see any pattern to it. All right? You all right? All right. Ooh. Need this. There we go. Oh, we got things to remove. Oh, this is beautiful. No, I'm married. Nothing's nice.
Thank you.
God bless. Second up arrow. All right. Is it not working?
Yeah.
You're good. No, I have a pretty good relationship with my wife. Don't let me talk smack about her.
What's her name?
Susan.
Susan?
We're professors, girl. She's a professor at CU.
She's doing well.
She teaches chemistry for engineering.
We meet her.
If you go to CU Denver,
I'm not gonna go to CU Denver, I'm sorry.
then you won't meet her.
I also
CU Denver. She takes the light rail down every day. All right. So steps in approximating line of best fit by graphing. Draw an accurate scatter plot of data. So that's what these calculators are going to do. Sketch the line that appears to follow the most closely pattern given by the points. There should be as many points above the line below. Okay. This all sounds good. It's a waste. It's wasting my time because I don't want to do any more. It's recorded, so if you want that, you can look at it later.
We don't have that.
This slide doesn't exist.
Neither does that one.
This one doesn't either. It doesn't exist. What the heck am I printing? This one exists? Well, good. Yeah, it's not my week with it. Does this one exist?
No.
No.
Now, you guys are looking at this. You're not looking at this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why am I things not printing?
The next slide that is exists.
That one?
Is the bike.
No.
Yeah, but we don't have the graph.
We don't
or
have the graph.
or the
We
table.
have the graph, we don't have the
We don't-
table.
We have the graph.
Oh, I don't have the graph. I have the
Yeah, I don't have any of the graphs.
We
You-
have the words.
You have this? You have this?
No.
No.
We just
Okay.
have graph
It
All right.
says
points.
time hours and then it has nothing.
Good. All right. So I guess you're filling some stuff in. Calculator time. You with me so far?
Moving on.
No.
Calculator time. Okay. Item 1. Follow along. If your neighbor's talking and not paying attention to your calculator, poke him in the eye. I'm just kidding. Don't poke him really in the eye. All right. Is your calculator on? Always a good thing to do once your calculator's on and just hit clear. Oops. That should work. Clear. Nope. I need to change that to... Where's my... All right. So, clear button. That, and then clear button. Good, happy, trash. So, ready? Next step. Find that y equals button. It's up here. I'm circling it with the mouse. Still with me? Click that. Everyone still with me? Using your arrows, if there's anything there, just hit clear. But use your arrows, go all the way down, see if there's any graphs that are there. Now, you might not have a color one. Don't worry, yours is still working. Okay? Using your arrows, go up to plot 1, or let me ask you this. Does anybody have plot 1, anything that's bolded like that? Okay, go up to it, unbold each one. So you hit enter when you get it. See how it's blinking on it? You hit enter, and then move back down. And I'll stop there. The nice thing is we will eventually turn these plots back on. Okay, but at this point, yeah, unbold them. So put arrow up so it's blinking on top of it, hit enter, and then move the arrow. Okay? Everyone with me still?
Yes.
All right, next step. Move back up to plot 1, hit enter, so now it's back on. It was a redundant step, I understand. I just wanted to make sure everyone's there. Does everyone's screen look similar to that? I don't care if yours isn't color. Does it look similar to what we have right now?
Yes.
Okay. So on our screen, on the screen for the bike ride, if you don't have those things, it says we have a bike ride. We have time and hours, and my hours up there and they're up on the screen are 1.2, 2.5, 4, 5, 6.5. You with me still on this adventure?
Yes.
And then it says distance miles, 14, 28, 50, 61, 77. Okay? All right, everyone with me?
Yep.
All right, next. See? Don't crop dust over there. All right, stat. See this button here? It says stat. Actually, not that one. Stat, hit that button. Should take you to that screen. You there? Is your neighbor there?
Yes.
Under edit. Under edit. See how number 1 it says edit? Hit enter. And it should take you to something that looks like this.
What? Wait, go back. What?
Stat, edit, takes you to that.
Oh.
Does anybody have anything on their list? Meaning, you do. All right.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Now, hang on. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. I don't want you to delete something that you shouldn't.
Don't do anything.
All right. Listen carefully. So let's say you had information under the list. Okay? You take your arrow on whatever list. You go to the top and stop. Go to the top and stop. Go to the top and stop. You with me?
Yeah.
See this clear button right here?
Yeah.
Clear means a much different term than delete. That clear button you're going to hit clear, and then you hit down arrow, and everything in that list is gone. If you hit delete, it removes all of L1. So then you just have L2, L3, L4. Don't worry, we can put it back. Did anyone do that?
There's not even a delete button.
Good, you didn't find it. It's up at the top. It's right underneath Zoom. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. All right. So on my bike ride, we do this, and this is what I'm gonna do. Yep. What happened?
Well, like, there's this other columns that say INEQX, and they have stuff in them. Should I clear it?
Yeah, go for that. So same thing. And I'll wait. I'll wait for you.
I'm ready now.
You're good? All right. We are back into list 1. You still with me?
Yeah.
All right. In list 1, using my keys, I'm going to hit 1.2, enter. I'm going to hit 2.5, enter. If you make a mistake, go back with your arrow key and change it. Good. So you should have some knowledge of it. Oh, see, I made a mistake, so now I got to go back and say, oh, that's supposed to be 6.5. All right?
We switch over to L2.
Once that's done, yeah, move over to L2 and match up. So the 1.2 had 14 miles, 2.5 had 28 miles, 4 had 50 miles, 61, and 77. All right, now, stop. And when you get there, don't move on.
What's the line for the box?
That's just, if you want to add more, you can continue. That's just where your list stops.
Mine's delete.
Okay, so does everyone have that kind of data sitting there?
Yep.
Everybody? Even far side of the room? Okay, ready? All right. If you were to, don't do it yet. If, whip cupcake over there, hush. If, oh my God, hey, cupcake. Yeah, you. Sunshine. He's looking around. He has no idea I'm talking to him. He's looking around at his friend. Cupcake's up there. All right, we'll call him Pookie. All right, ready? Ready?
Yep.
If, hang on, don't do this. Let me ask this question. If you hit graph right now, the graph on your calculator, if it's set to standard, will plot between -10 and +10. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably see the 1.2, 2.5, 4, 5, and 6.5 because that's all less than 10. So, but the point 1.2 comma 14 won't show up. Does it make sense? So watch how cool this is. Find the zoom button. It's the very top middle button, right up here. Zoom. Now it gives you all this stuff. Before you're like, oh, I know what to do. No. Move your arrow key down till you find zoom stat. And that is my data. Look at your neighbors. Does everyone have something or is somebody lost? It's because you're back there talking the whole time. You're over there buttercups with your friends.
I call you Cake.
No.
How'd
I want a different nickname.
How'd
you get there?
Zoom stat.
I went zoom
Uh-huh.
down to number 9 and hit enter.
Oh.
Get it? It work? What happened?
Like I hit the thing, but it's nothing graph. Like the graph is up and it's nothing graph.
Did you? Oh. Go to second y equals top left buttons. Turn your stat plot one on.
Yeah.
What is?
And then you go to Zoom.
Fruitcake.
You're a fruitcake, man.
Okay, carrot top.
That doesn't even make sense. Carrot tops are green, man. Cupcake.
Everyone got something now?
This is Did you call him Cupcake?
Just call me Rhinestone Cowboy.
I'm sorry.
Silver. Oh, I love you, man. All right. So something that works really cool with this. Does everyone have data that looks like that? Does that look like it would be a line that would have positive correlation to it?
Yes.
It's positive because of the slope would be positive. All right, ready? Here we go.
Shut up.
See if you can follow. Ready? Here we go. This is where your calculator becomes your best friend. Ready? Stat. You with me?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Stat. That's why it's red.
Okay.
Everyone there?
Yes. Yeah.
Arrow to calculate.
I know, bro.
And we're going to go down to linear regression.
Is this what we have to do in our
Wait, what? Oh.
Right?
I don't even think
Now,
Scott knows how to turn on the calculator.
that happens. Hush. Notice without pushing. Number 4 and number 8.
Are those?
They're not the same.
Yeah, so they're actually both linear regression. It's just so on one of them A is the slope, on the other one B is your slope. It's just it's because of the French we have number 8. I'm serious.
Do they use B?
They do. But we're not French. Well, maybe you are, but all right, ready? We're gonna hit. We're down at 4 and hit enter. And then watch this. Did you have this show up?
Yes.
No.
Arrow down to calculate. And once you do that, this is my linear equation. So this is my slope, 12.148. And this is my y-intercept. Okay? Did everyone get that?
Yes.
Why no?
He's goofy.
All right. So ready for more?
Yeah.
3 minutes. We can make it. Hang on. Ready? Go to y equals. You still with me on this adventure?
Yes.
Okay, it should be like that. Don't do anything else. Now we're going to go a little fast. If someone's talking, tell them to shush.
Shut up.
Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
All right. I can now, if I wanted to, plug in that 10 decimal fraction or 10 decimal equation, or I can go y1. See this button that says vars right here? VARS. Hit that. Go down to number 5 with your arrows. Still with me?
Yep.
Statistics. Move over to equation. And you do this. You hit reg equation. Once you have that on there, hit graph. And boom.
Line of best fit.
Wait, where's the graph?
Hey.
Top right.
Top right.
Wow. Which one looks at?
All right. So your attempt tonight is going to be unsplit.
Is it like two?
Love that song.
Yeah. So worksheet. Oh, where's my pen? All right. So ladies and gentlemen.
Second on. You don't have to when you get it. I never did. I did. Oh, you never cleared memory.
Worksheet 2D. Hey, guys and girls, 2D is your worksheet. Right after it is the directions of how to do the line of best fit stuff. Okay?
Thank you.
So 2D. That's all I got. Have a great day. Make sure that other homework is submitted.
Scott is
Next time.
so lost. He can't even turn on a calculator.